Have you ever wondered, how do people just pump out content so fast with scripts and just everything? How do they learn their lines? Well, I'm going to show you how I learn mine. And how I learn mine is that I don't. Let me show you. So, let's see. I'm going to be filming on my little iPhone, nothing crazy. I'm doing front camera, I'm not even doing back camera. I've now got on 4K 24 frames per second, just there. And what I do, well, I'm going to show you what I do. Show, don't tell. Let's go. Ooh. What if I screen record at the same time? Let me see so I can actually see the script. In March 2020, I got the call. A dream role for something that I thought would catapult my career and help me get out of a rut. A dream role, something that I thought would catapult my career and get me out of a rut. A week later, we went into lockdown. I was convinced that any day I'd get the all clear and I'd board that flight. I was convinced that any day I would get that call and I would board that flight. And I still have the US passport. And I still have the US visa in my passport. Days turned into weeks, turned into months, and eventually years. And when the world opened up again, they decided to use the old cast. I can't tell you exactly when it happened, but somewhere along the way, I lost myself. I can't tell you exactly when it happened, but somewhere along the way, I got lost. I started daydreaming instead of living. And eventually, I stopped moving altogether. Where am I? I'm lost. This is the part where I sell you my course, or my book, or my 10-step framework for exactly how to... 10-step framework to find yourself again. This is the part where I sell you my course, or my book, or my 10-step framework to finding yourself again. But the truth is, I don't have one. Because 2020 was supposed to be my year. And in 3 days, it'll be 2026. And whilst your favourite creator has been posting consistently for 6 years, I've just been collecting... Oh no, there's something in my mouth. I wonder whether you can hear that outside. Oh well, I don't care. And whilst your favourite creator has been posting consistently for 6 years and achieved their wildest dreams, I have been collecting mine. I eroded my self-trust. When people talk about burnout, they talk about running yourself into the ground. When people talk about burnout, they talk about running yourself into the ground. But what happened with me But when you think of how a fire burns out, that's what happened to me. When people talk about burnout, they talk about running themselves into the ground. But what happened with me is more about when you think, no. But when you think of how a fire burns out, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. Where am I? I stopped fueling the fire, so it fizzled out. Luckily though, I believe that you are just one small, no. Luckily though, I believe you are just a few small decisions away from igniting your spark. No? I stopped fueling the fire. I stopped... When people talk about burning out, they speak about running themselves into the ground. But when you think of how a fire burns out, that's what happened to me. I stopped fueling the fire, so it just fizzled out. Luckily though, I believe that you are just a full... Luckily though, I believe that you are just a few small decisions away from reigniting it. And that's what I'm working on. If you're feeling similar, then the way out may not be rest or recovery. Maybe it's in finding joy in everyday life, movement, blah, 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 blah. If you're feeling similar, the way out isn't rest or recovery. It's about finding joy and creativity in everyday life. It is about movement and friction. That's how you start a fire. Maybe that's cringe, I don't know. I've been saying the phrase, get back on my horse, for a very, very long time now, and it turns out that 2026 is the year of the fire horse. So maybe 2026 is going to be my year. So if you're feeling a bit meh, so if you're feeling a bit meh, full of ideas and not enough action, then follow along. So if you're feeling a bit meh, like you're full of ideas and not enough action, then I think you should follow along, because I'm going to be tackling discipline, procrastination, executive function, all those fun things that are holding you back from living your best life. But the first step is to be truthful about where you are right now. So a little advice for me, and a little where you are right now. Pay attention to the ideas that keep you up at night. Make sure you write them down and act on them immediately. See you tomorrow. Am I seeing you tomorrow? I don't know, I'm seeing you tomorrow. I don't know whether I'm seeing these guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll just say... So here's a little spark note for you. A little reward for watching to the end of the video. Pay attention to the ideas that keep you up at night. Write them down and act on them immediately. a couple months ago, I woke up in the middle of the night at 4:30 in the morning with an idea. I sent a couple of messages out and I made about £500. Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I wrote this video script. So here I am, recording the video, acting on it immediately, and we'll see how much this idea makes me. See you next time. Now, what I might do is I'm going to stop that video. Am I still screen recording? I'm still screen recording. I don't need to screen record the whole thing. I am going to stop this video. I'm going to start again. We are at 10 minutes, right? So that took me 10 minutes. I don't know how good that's going to be. I have a feeling that that might be a little bit too... I'm really sorry if I'm blurry. So I'm just going to do it again and try and read more of it just to get more options and more relaxed. I feel like sometimes when you read through a script the first time, it can be a bit tense. When I'm doing self-tapes, I find that you want to feel as natural and conversational as possible. And if you aren't warmed up, you haven't been practicing, you just kind of gone fresh into recording, you might need a little bit of a once over. So let's just have a go again, because that took me 10 minutes and I can do it again. And that's it. So about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Now I need to edit it. Not gonna mess around with anything crazy. Just gonna put a few captions in, maybe some B-roll. Well, I'm taking it too far now. I'm gonna put captions in, and that's it. Nothing crazy. Get it out there. Done is better than perfect. See you tomorrow.